Hello, Roger. How are you?
Good, good. How are you doing this
Oh,
morning?
I'm wonderful this morning because it's another Sunday, and you know what? We're going to church today.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
we're going to Bethesda Church, Scenario 7. So let me take a quick moment here to welcome everybody who has stuck with us thus far. We've completed 6 scenarios from Grant Takes Command 2 with the very forthcoming on to Richmond 2. I got the little countdown clock coming. I've kind of arbitrarily just put it for the end of next month. I'm hoping that they can keep on that schedule. So we're very excited. If you pre-ordered this, you are probably excited as well. If you've not pre-ordered it yet, not to be a little shill here, but you still got a few weeks. I think you could probably get in on that pre-order price, and you're going to get 3 big modules for this. So go to the Multiman Publishing website and jump on this while you can. And I saw another little thing. I just happened across it just the other day. So depending on when you see this, of course, it's probably been out there a while. But I was going to link some of the standard series rules for another person that was asking questions on social media. And lo and behold, right there, they have now released all of the specific rule books for each of the titles that Multiman Publishing has put out. So everything from Stonewall Jackson's Way 2, Roads to Gettysburg 2, I believe even Battle Above the Clouds, and Hood Strikes North. But those are now yours, folks. You can go out and get the PDF. So many people have asked, how do I get those? Now you can see the scenario information. So that's very exciting. They have listened to the call of players out there and they have made those available to you. So now is your chance to read up on those scenarios if you do not own a physical copy of it. But do support them otherwise because that was very nice of them to do that. So, what are we doing here today, Roger?
Well, this is Bethesda Church. Interesting
Very
scenario.
much so.
I've been looking at it, and I don't know.
Well, let's start like we do at the top, and I'll give the historical notes for this,
Oh yes, yeah.
and then we will talk about the scenario specific rules. But this is actually very close on the heels of when we're recording this, so we're kind of in that 159th anniversary of all of this stuff. After the May 28th cavalry clash at Hawes's shop, Lee and Grant eyed each other across the Totopotomoy Creek. On May the 29th, Warren pushed the 5th Corps south over the creek towards Bethesda Church. With the Union flank hanging in the air, Lee knew that he, quote, must destroy this army of Grant's before he gets to the James River. If he gets there, it will become a siege, and then it will be a mere question of time. So we are only using the north map on this one. This is a 3-turn scenario, kinda. Turn number 1 is very small. As you can see, most everything is locked till turn 2 here. So realistically, it's about 2.5 turns. It's representing May 30th to June 1st of 1864. Our special rules on this one, there are no random events. So we've become used to that on the basic scenarios. There's a couple of them that have it, but for the most part, this one does not. On the turn 1, the Confederate, which will be Roger today for this first playthrough, they will get the first initiative automatically. We see, I'm not going to go belabor it, but all of the turn 2 markers are out there. Those represent the turn 1 restrictions. That means no movement and no entrenchment during recovery. That includes Grant, who is stacked here with Hancock and the 2nd Corps. They can't do anything until and unless a Confederate unit that is activated to move gets within 1 hex. So if they approach any of these hexes here, then that will unlock and lift the entirety of the turn 2 restrictions for that, and vice versa. We see that the Confederate player is locked here. If a Union unit approaches and gets within 1 hex of them, then those are all lifted for the entirety of turn 1. I don't think that's going to happen because you and I are very cautious players. We have, I think, the most fun little historical rule here for this one, and that's the staff officers area. So we got William Farrar Smith down here in the 18th Corps. They're coming off of the Pamunkey River. I guess they've been offloaded, and due to a staff officers area, instead of just heading to the battlefield, they were told to come up to Hex 1920 here, just west of Bassett's quarters. They are compelled during their march, starting on turn 2, to take the shortest path possible, which means every hex has to be closer to get up here to 1920. Once they get there, they realize, oh, what a mistake, and then they can continue on to wherever they like, and they can be used out here, but they have to get to 1920 first. Nice little historical wrinkle on that one. We also have Crawford here, and on the end of turn 1, he will be cut in half. So whatever he's got left, it rounded down, unfortunately. So if it stays right now where he's at 9, he would become a 4-man power because all of the enlistments for his division have expired, and those men said, see you later, we're out. That does not count for victory point losses, however. Hoke, we have Hoke over here. He is considered, and it's colored so that he's part of the first corps, so he will be controlled by Anderson for the entirety of the game. And we see that the hex control markers are already out. The ones in red are currently controlled by the Confederates with their associated point values, and we see that the Union control markers are out here. So it's very close proximity. Some things are already controlled, which is nice because the Union is the one getting the points. That's me this time. I have to get a minimum of 30 points for a Union marginal. And if you see right now, if you just quickly do the math, you've got 3 sixes, that's 18, plus another 10. So the Union, at the start of the game, is sitting at 28 points. So piece of cake, right? All they got to do is get 2 victory points somehow, either by controlling one of these Confederate held ones or inflicting some manpower losses. I have a feeling that is, as you like to say, fool's gold, Roger. That's just dangling out there like, oh, this is a piece of cake. This scenario, when I looked at it, and we can certainly discuss it further, maybe after the first play, but maybe just on its head right now. It seems like even though the Union is the one compelled to get the victory points, I honestly think in some cases they're the defender on this one because I think a very aggressive Confederate player is going to have a field day, no pun intended, with Anderson's corps there. But I think they can really go after some point values here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that the Confederate has to be aggressive. I think the first day for sure, and try to do something with Warren's corps before everybody gets released on turn 2. And you can, because they say your flank is open, but my flank is kind of open as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I didn't see till you mentioned it. I forgot about Baldy Smith's corps back over there. So he'll be marching that way. Okay, yeah, this will be an interesting little playthrough. I was just looking at the original rules. It's basically the same, but they've upped or they've given the Union a break. They shaved 10 points off the victory from 40 to 30. So obviously they felt this needed a little bit of an adjustment.
Sure, and I would think so just because of the close proximity of all these victory point locations and the fact
Yep.
that it is a stand-up fight right out of the gate. Turn 2, it's gonna be very bloody, I suspect, because it's just going to be like, ooh, let me see if I can punch a hole here and drive them away. Because this one, especially, you've got these two. I mean, Bethesda Church, obviously, they've set it up for just that reason. We know something's going to happen on day 1. I don't expect to hold Bethesda Church for very long. That is going to be the focal point because that's the name of the scenario. But off in the distance here, we have Old and New Cold Harbor, and we know that those were the closely associated battles. We don't actually have a Cold Harbor battle in Grant Takes Command, but it is associated with, I think, this one and the next one.
Yeah.
And we know historically how bad it was for both sides at Cold Harbor, and that's your meat grinder, right? So we'll see what happens on this one. But any other thoughts on it before we get underway?
Nope, I don't have any other thoughts. I probably should have something, but I don't.
All right.
I have
I
nothing.
love how on the turn, I mean, well, especially the first turn, but on the first playthrough of each scenario, you and I are like, what does this button do?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I've never played this. This is the first time I looked at it, so I don't know if you played this
I
scenario
honestly do
before.
not remember the last time I've played this. I think the first time I ever played Grant Takes Command was maybe 2008. I was probably just kind of going through for funsies, and I don't know that I ever played this scenario. So this is going to be, especially with the changes made to it, it's going to be completely new to me as well.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good,
Oh yeah.
good.
Yeah. Right. Hooray.
Even playing. Well, you know what? I always, to me, you find out what doesn't work. This should work, and oh no, that's a really bad idea.
Maybe I should just tack again. Sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
exactly.
Okay, well then let's get underway. We don't have any. I mean, I don't have any leader transfers for turn one. If you would like to move Anderson or Evely around, you're certainly welcome to. You should move him back to Hoke.
I think that's it. I think that's
That's
the
the
only thing I can
magic.
do because Hampton's locked, right, and he can't go down
Right.
to. Or, yeah, Anderson to Hope. Yeah, I'll just leave everybody where they are. Obviously, well, not obviously. Maybe somebody would think that's a good, and it might be. Let's see.
Well, then, with that said,
Yeah.
I think we're ready to get started. You will get the first initiative for turn one, so let me wish you, as always, good luck.
Well, good luck to you as
Thank
well.
you.
We'll take early. We'll activate Gordon. Yeah, I'll activate Gordon, Ramseur, and Rhodes. I wasn't gonna. This will be 1 dice plus 2. 6. Early's going to stay with Ramseur. Rhodes is going to go first. He's going to go 1, 2 to there. Gordon's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 1 movement point left. He's going to put up the flanks refused. Early and Ramseur are going to go 1, 2. No, just 1, 2 to there. Initiative. That's mine again. Anderson will activate field. Finish their movement. 1 die plus 2. They can go 6 hexes. Field will go first. Anderson will stay with Pickett. 1, 1, 2, 3. Initiative. Mine again, double 2s. So we'll activate Pickett and field. We'll attempt an assault on Crawford with Anderson. It's a 5, so only 1 unit can come in.
I think Pickett should charge.
Okay, doesn't make a difference. Field's an 8, so it's going to be a -1 on ratio, but he's going to cover the artillery. Pickett's a 2. He's not going to cover the artillery. So it's a -1 in either case. Let me look at the chart. They're both in the 7 to 11 attackers column, so that doesn't make a difference. We'll go in with field. Pickett will not charge. So this is going to be a type of a +1. Tactical is a +2. I'm going to do all the positives first, then I'll do the negatives. I've got 5 hexes covered, but 1 hex comes off. Warren covers that other hex. So the flank is only a +1. And the artillery is 2 to 2, which is a 0, which is a -1. That is rolling terrain, I believe. Yes. I see 1, 3, 4 up and 1 down for a final of a +3.
That is what I see.
Okay. +3. Here's the attacking roll. It's a 3. So
Okay.
6.
Here's defense. Hey,
It's 6.
blunted.
Stand. And that's going to be, for me, it's already a 1D.
Okay.
That comes off the field. He's fatigued out.
It's so funny that I didn't even mention the manpower is because we're so used to it now. It is +3 for Confederate
Yeah.
loss and -2 for Union loss.
Caught my attention. Only being down 2 points at the start. It's like, well, maybe I should have worked harder to get a more of a flank. Okay, 6s this time. But you're now a 6. Okay, we'll try it with Ramseur and Rhodes. Assault on Crawford. Attempt 3. This time they both come in. Significantly better odds this time, I think. So once again, the type is a +1. Tactical is a +2. That ratio now actually goes in my favor because I have 13 to 6. So that's going to be a ratio of +1. Artillery is now 6 to 2, so +4, so that's no effect. Flank, same flank as a +1. These is going to be 3, 4, 5 up and then down for a final of +5.
This is gonna sting.
Well, watch me. Watch my
Come
roll.
on, baby.
Watch me roll. Yeah.
All right, that's a 7. Let's see what I can get. Oh
Oh!
man, Crawford, you can let those guys go, man. They have earned distinction.
Oh, man. That's a +1 result.
Yep.
So +1. This time I went in with 13. It's still only just a 1D, but still. Good gravy. Well, like I said, learn what not to do. Increase fatigue. I go to disorganize, and I'll take the manpower off of roads. Initiative. Yours.
Okay. I will have Warren activate Cutler and Lockwood. And here's their movement. +1. That's 3. That's fine. I'll move Cutler into here and Lockwood into here. Initiative. Mine again. Sheridan will activate Devon and Merritt. Here's their movement. +2. 7. Merritt will go 1, 2 to there. And Sheridan will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 to there. Initiative. Mine again. Yeah, we'll have Sheridan activate Devon. Here's a movement. 12. He will go there. Nope, we'll just hold there. Initiative. Mine again. Yeah, this is probably stupid, but I feel like I need to make a shot here, so Sheridan will attempt an assault with Devon. Here's the assault attempt. It fails. Okay. I missed my window. It's yours.
Okay. F, we will activate Lomax and Wickham. 10, and Lee gives a +2. Is that right? Yeah. Lee will stay with Wickham. I go 1. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to there. Lomax will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to there. Initiative. Mine. I take Gordon to fatigue 2. There's his movement. He's not blocked. He can't get to early. He can go 3.
Okay. I have a cav retreat option.
Mhm.
And I will take that cav retreat option. So we will go to 4. We'll flip. And he's a large, so I think it's +2 to this roll. Double check here. Cav. Yes, very large. So it's +2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's +2. So it's 5. So you'll lose 2.
Shuts him down.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, one left. Yeah. And I will not lose anything on the retreat.
Yep.
So
Because
we will go. So I'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there.
and we'll just stay where we are. Initiative, yours.
I will activate Custer. Here's his movement straight up. Preening as always. Alright.
Yeah.
We'll just go 1,
Combing,
2.
combing his hair.
Combing his beautiful golden locks. Alright. Initiative. It's mine again. Alright. Sheridan will send a strongly worded letter to Custer to activate. Here's his movement +2. That's 10. That's better. He will transfer to Custer. Just in case. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to there. Initiative. Yours. Lots of streaks today.
Yeah. Take Hoke to fatigue 1.
Hoke's a
One
big
die
one.
plus,
He's a big boy.
yeah. 1 die +1. He goes 3 hexes. We go 1, 2, 3. Initiative, yours.
I think we'll have Cutler tell them to break out the trenching spades. They will entrench. There we go. Initiative. Mine again. I'll have DM Greg activate JI Greg. Here's the movement +1. 10. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 9 to there. Initiative. Mine again. I will have Sheridan attempt an assault on F. Lee. Here's the assault attempt. It comes off. Alright, the first Union assault of the day. +1 for assault. We have +1 tactical. It's the floppy hat power. There is no artillery in the woods, and I've got a +1 final flank on you because I've got all surrounded, which would normally be +4, but it's cav on cav, so that's +2, and then you've got Lomax, so +1.
Yes, and you cover 1724 because you have a road
Right,
into the
into
woods.
there. Yep. So there's no terrain. I just see +3. Is that what you see?
Final +3, yeah.
Okay. So come on, Sheridan. Here's a +3 attack. That's a 9.
Oh,
That's a +4. Okay. Well, not enough to do
on
anything, but that routes them.
2.
I take
Good.
1 fatigue, so they're done.
Route, so he just picks up demoralization marker. Okay. Retreat. You attacked Sheridan, so he has to go further away by road. No manpower lost because he's going further away. 2. It was a route, so I've got to continue to go further away by. Let's see, actually, further away, I didn't go to Foster's quarters because this is not Gaines Mills, not further away. 4 to there. And that hex is yours. If you'd like it.
No. I will stay right where I am. Okay. Initiative. Mine again. I think I'm good for the minute, so I'm going to pass.
Take Hope fatigue 2, activated by Anderson. So +2 to this roll. 5. It's going to go 1, 2. There's 3 remaining. So he could get into Anderson's hex. 1, 2, 3. Initiative. Yours.
Well, now we'll have Griffin and Trench. Initiative. Yours.
You're now 15 with 3 artillery pieces. You've got 16 and a half, 5 artillery pieces. I think I got to get you out of Bethesda Church. I was hoping to attack Warren, but take Hoke and Pickett to fatigue 3. Here's Anderson's attempt at assault on Cutler and Crawford. 5, so only 1 goes in. It's not going to matter. Artillery is going to be -1 regard. Ratio is going to be a -1 regard. But the 10 is in a smaller column than the 14, so we're going to go in with Pickett. Types +1. Tactical is still +2. The flank is still have the flank covered. 1 hex comes off, so the flank's going to be a +1. Now things are start to come off. It's 10 to 16 and a half for a ratio, so the ratio is going to be a -1. Artillery, you have, by my count, 5 guns, and I have 2, so it's a -3, which keeps me -1 in the rolling terrain. So it's going to be 4 up and 2 down for a final level +2.
Yep.
Is that what you see?
Yep. Wishing
Plus,
just one division commander would have something better than 2, but I didn't want to. For that reason, I heard you say it. I didn't want to put Warren in there and have him get pushed away. So
you built your Abatiste, I was going to attack Griffin.
yeah.
With everybody. But anyway, here we go. +2. It's 4.
Okay. Here's defense. Oh.
Oh, wow.
So it's +3.
3, yeah.
So 3 on 13. So I get a 1 DR.
Cost me points. I got my 10 points back.
Yeah. Okay.
The +3 is a double fatigue.
All right. So we have to vacate the hex. We'll go 1 and 2 to there. The hex is yours if you wish.
Yeah, we'll move Pickett in with Anderson. Initiative. Mine. I'm going to take Gordon to fatigue 3, and he's going to build Abatiste. Initiative. Yours.
Wondering if status quo might not be the worst thing right now. Yeah, I'll pass.
Okay. Take Kershaw to fatigue 1. There's his movement. Go 7. He's going to go 1, 2 to Anderson's hex. Initiative. Mine. Kershaw build Abatiste. Initiative. Yours.
I'll pass.
Take Lomax to fatigue 2. You can build Abatiste as well. Initiative. Have Butler go to fatigue 1. You can build Abatiste. Initiative. Mine. Let me take a look at the board. I haven't forgotten anybody, have I? That'll do it for me. I'm going to pass.
I will pass as well, and we'll end the day. So we'll do a sunshine recover, removing all the turn markers. The time marker forward. On to day 2 of 3. Well, that was an interesting turn 1. I will say that I held on to Bethesda Church longer than I expected. I'm pleasantly surprised that I managed to get some manpower losses out of it. I figured they were going to go in that first attack. I thought Anderson was just going to steamroll his way right into the church. But the 5th Corps, managed to hold out a little bit. So that was pretty good. It took 3 attempts, but you got it as expected. That was on the script right there. Act 1, take Bethesda Church.
Yeah, there's times when those core assaults and you only get one of your units in, or and you're trying to get you had to get everybody.
Yeah. In
Yeah.
both of those, you rolled a 5 on them. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, and then early's attack was just
Early was just overzealous, and he's like, "I'll do it. I'll show you how it's done."
yeah, it
And
was frustrating there that didn't work either.
yeah,
That was always this is the other thing you've really taught me is okay, yeah, go there, get your full flank, but understand you just set up an easy flank for the other team too.
exactly. Yeah, there are no guarantees in this. And same. I was coming down here to like, I really should have taken the opportunity with Sheridan when he had that 12 or 13. I should have just blundered right in there and taken
Oh,
it because I would have been down manpower, but I didn't see Butler hiding back in there. So I was like, it's gonna be -2 on that. And then after the fact, I said, well, he would have had to roll for artillery in the rough. So that was a missed opportunity. I think I was a little too cautious. I was like, I'll just keep him in a box. And then you brought Lomax and F. Lee around, and I went, yeah, yeah, oh well. But that could have gone horribly as well. I could have just frittered away some points there, but I erred because I think that is the luxury that the Union has. Hi, Battlecat. In this first part of the scenario, they're like, "Well, we're close. Let's do no harm."
yeah,
And
yeah.
and then when you started digging the hole, I was like, "Okay, all right." And I was tempted to just pass, but I knew you'd be setting up. And once you started moving, big ol' Hoke, big and Hoke, I was like, "Uh-oh, he's gonna try to punch hole in line somewhere." And yes, you did. But we'll see what turn 2 is now that Grant is available. The communication has been restored with Grant, and now he's available for
Yeah.
grand assaults. And got 6 corps up there. We can start pressing a flank and see if I can get 10 points back somehow. I don't know how, but maybe. There is nothing special about turn 2 other than we do the normal procedure. So I will do my leader transfers. Um, I think I'm going to move Warren down to Lockwood there. And Sheridan is going to come. Let's see. This is second cat. That's first. Yeah, I'll bring Sheridan up to DM Greg. Everybody else, I think, is okay where they are. So that's it for me.
I'll move F. Lee to Lomax. Put early could Gordon. Question what to do with Lee. I'll move Lee down to early. That's it for me.
Okay. Well, I guess I will roll the first initiative here, and we will be underway with turn 2. It's yours.
Okay. Anderson will activate Pickett to build entrenchments. Initiative. Mine. I don't see the point of having Hampton's cab all the way up there. Doesn't look very helpful. So I'm going to activate, Hampton's going to activate Rosser. Young. Ooh. 11 plus. I always forget. Division commanders get, Confederate get 2. I think 13 hexes. Hampton will stay with Rosser. So he's going to follow along behind to there. Initiative. Mine again. Yep, so we'll take Rosser and Young to fatigue 2. Wow, number 11. I was going to do Go 1, 2 to there. Young's go 1, 2, 3 to there. Initiative, yours.
Going to have right activate the 6th core. Here is the movement +1. It's 2. I will transfer to Neil. Russell will go there. He has no movement left. Right will go there. No movement left, but you have an option if you wish.
I'll stand.
Okay. Ricketts will go 1, 2 to there. Initiative, yours.
Yeah, W.H. Lee will activate his 2 units. Gordon and Shambliss. There's their movement. Go 10 hexes. This is 6 to get to here. 5 for the hex and 1 for leaving the Zoc. 7, 8, 9. I'll stop there. Initiative, yours.
We'll have right activate the 6th core again. Here's their movement +1. Okay. Right, we'll go to Ricketts. And it will go Neil first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And right will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Russell will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. Initiative. Alright, let's take the 6 core one more time. Here's a movement +1. We have extended marches for everyone. Neil will extend march first, +1. He's okay. I will force march. So they're going to flip. Here's their force march, -1. So they're going to lose 2 manpower and get 5 more.
Hexes, yep.
So I'll have 7 total. So they'll lose 2 manpower. 1, 2. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there.
Mm-hmm.
And I will put up a flanks refused. Right and Ricketts, here's their extend. They're okay. They will also force march. So they flip. And force march. Wow, okay. They're going to lose 2 as well. 1, 2. I'll get 7 total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. And Russell's extend. He fails. So he just goes 2. 1. Oops. He flips. And goes 1 and 2 to there. Unfortunate. Alright.
Yeah. Mechanicsville.
Initiative. It's yours.
Sure it is. Okay. Well, I should have seen that coming. I didn't. Well, this is kind of what I was anticipating when I saw this setup. Anderson will activate Hope, fatigue 1. There's his movement. He can go 7 hexes. No need for a force march. Anderson will transfer to Hoke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. So I'd have 2 left. I'm going to attack on the march. So what I see is ratio of a +1, tactical of a +2, and then the flanks refuse gives me another +1. So I see 4 up and then down for a final of a +4.
Yep.
Okay, +4, 6.
And defense.
Ooh.
Man, it was going so well, Roger. It was going so well.
Let's see.
So +5. Yeah.
+5. 7.
I need a break here. Just one little break. 2 DR. Not getting them. Okay. So he's going to lose 2, 1, 2. He's going to come to right, and have to go 1, 2, 3. I cannot go into that, so I have to go 4 to there. And Mechanicsville is yours.
Yep, we'll move into the hex. Initiative. Yours.
Hancock will activate Bernie. Come out of his entrenchments. Fatigue level 1. Here's movement +1. 4. He will go to there. He has 3 left. And I'll make a normal attack on field.
Okay.
Now, I better do it now. This is what Grant would do. So it's going to be a +2 for manpower, +1 for final flank, and then -1 for artillery and rolling. 2 to 4 pieces. So final +2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's +2 attack. 4. Come on, man. Come on.
We'll go 4.
Oh, Roger, this game.
So that's an end result of the
Yeah,
same.
it's a 0. So I have.
He's D'd out.
It's 1D. All right.
Oh, you took a manpower. You do take manpower.
Who's manpower? Oh boy. I may be feeling my personal morale check pretty quickly on this one today. It's just every little thing is going wrong when it doesn't need to go wrong. Initiative. Yours.
I think I just need to. I'm going to pass.
Yeah, it's always a wise course of action.
Anything I do just
Let
opens
me
a
dig
hole.
the hole for you.
If I move something, that opens a hole for you to
Exactly.
come in. It's like
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
can't.
you're not in a position to need to do anything at the moment. Um, I just all of my life I keep hearing Napoleon's little saying, "Don't send me good generals, send me lucky generals," and I do not have any luck
Yeah, it really
most of
turned
the
on your
time.
day.
So, let's see what I can do. Keep going in the meat grinder. We'll activate Gibbon. Come out of his entrenchments. Here's the movement. Doesn't matter. Come on, entrenchments, go away. And he goes there. Initiative. Fine again. We'll activate Gibbon again. Here's the movement. Doesn't matter. And they will all go to there. Initiative. There's a luck. There's a little luck. Alright. Grant will attempt an assault on field. Or rather, Hancock will attempt an assault. So he goes to 3. Here's the assault attempt. No.
Wow.
Yeah. Initiative. It's yours.
Okay, what can I do about that? So his field is dead in the water. Well, detach something, but I'm going to take Anderson's going to take Hope to T2. There's his movement. 7. Here's his extend march roll. He's okay. He can go 1, 2. He has 5 left. So he'll make a prepared attack on Hancock, Grant, and Gibbon. Type of a +1. Tactical is a +1. The final flank, I have all 6 hexes covered, but one comes off for a flank of a +3. I don't think that's a creek.
It's not a creek.
Almost there.
It's artistic license.
Artillery, 5 guns. 2 artillery is covered. But I don't have the ratio, so the ratio is going to come off for a -1. So it's going to be 1, 2, 5 up and 1 down for a final of a +4.
Roll the bones, man.
Okay, +4, 8.
Defense.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. Roger, I have failed my final personal morale check, and I snickered. I snickered at Hoke. I'm like, Hoke. It's Hoke. Hoke has been a demon against the Union today, and there is absolutely no way mentally that I am going to be able to play the rest of this out today. So I'm going to congratulate you on a very good game. I can't roll 3 1s in combat
Yeah.
and failing everything else. I can't do it. I can't do it, man. And I apologize to all of you out there watching this. Actually, maybe you might be enjoying this because I always kid everybody about, oh, I got the worst luck ever. But man, when I have
It
videos like
burned.
this where it's just like, I've got a decent plan. I'm going to execute the plan. Fail, 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 fail. And like that is part of the game. I totally get it. But man alive, I just can't get anything moving today. And it's not the scenario. It's just the dice, man, are just painful to me today. So it's a
Well,
great scenario. I cannot wait to see what happens when we switch sides, but I can't fight the scenario and the die roller at the same time. I can't do it, Roger. I can't. It's just I
well,
can't.
it started out. I thought this was the way this day started. I thought I was going to have
I
it.
thought so too. I was like, oh
I,
man.
I was like, okay, if I hadn't got that third Bethesda Church, I would have been
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
Even
it should not have taken you 3 attempts on that. And I was like, oh man, it's not going well for Roger. And then I think that was mental hubris. I think the dice god's like, watch, it's gonna turn around. And then and that's the thing about it. As the Union player, I think you should expect to lose Bethesda Church on the first day. It's 10 points. It's out there.
Yeah,
It's
they clearly now are demanding that you take that. The way
correct.
that they've
Yeah.
lowered those 10 points, you can't sit there and, as this Confederate player, I don't think, and say, okay, I can live with the 2 point margin, because there's just too much to cover if you don't take Bethesda Church back. And it's such a key spot on the map.
Yeah.
It's like surrendering the middle squares in chess.
Right.
You're
Right.
not going to win.
Yeah,
Um,
with it being the name of the scenario, that's kind of important. I'm
it's
gonna get the Cliffs Notes version of Bethesda Church.
It's not Cold Harbor though.
No,
I really thought you were going to try to do here was to swing to bring. I mean, Smith obviously has to go to here, but I really thought you were going to swing to the east, which is why I bought Hampton down here, and that's what
yeah,
I was. I really thought that was going to be your play, and then bring Burnside down and just kind of swing it, which I think was the historical.
hmm
I always do think historical first.
right. Ultimately, just with and I will walk every. Yeah, this is a great time to walk the viewers through what my big plan was as it adapted on the fly. So I kind of seeded Bethesda Church. I figured that Warren is not going to be able to. Cutler is not going to make the stand there. So, and I didn't even reduce his manpower. He should be down to 3 manpower now. But anyway, the first core is going to get Bethesda Church, so it's just a matter of timing. I was fortunate that I got some free manpower on you there, so that adapted my plan. And when you put Gordon down here, and I was like, okay, well, I'll either anchor this flank to prevent Gordon from getting sneaky and coming around here
Right.
to where Davies is, or if things go really well, then I'll go down there and set up a flank, which I did. But what did I do? I got cold feet ahead of it, just thinking, I think I was getting greedy, and that's why I was reticent to do it. But anyway, and then you decided, and then we did the cavalry chasing each other's tail, which was great. And then, unfortunately, I didn't get the extra point on
Mm,
Wickham here, which I was hoping to do. But
yeah.
that's okay. But then that kind of locked that flank down. There was no sneaking around it, and I had designs on the six core up here, and then it was not until you said, "What's Hampton doing way up there?" And I went, "Oh, let me scroll. Oh, Hampton's up there. Okay." And then you moved Hampton and the cavalry out of there, and I was like, "Okay, even more," because all I really wanted to do was just threaten W.H. Lee, and just maybe get a cavalry retreat point, or just to maybe threaten this, because all I wanted to do was take some pressure off the center. And when I got the really nice roll
Oh,
and
yeah.
came all the way around, I was like, okay, well, now I can offset. I can take Mechanicsville with a force march. I'll do that and give you something to think about. But damn it, Anderson and Hoke, the
Yeah.
MVPs of the day, man, because they threatened here. They took Mechanicsville, and then they came back and they smacked Grant. So the three of yeah, Battle Cat, that's right. Um, those three things where it was just I mean, I couldn't believe it. So yeah, once I got some of the pressure off of there, I was trying to get really the third corps and AP Hill out of their entrenchments to move. I thought maybe you'd bring them back a little bit, but ultimately, this is what I was hoping to do, was just try to force the center. Once you got Hoke out of there and I had field, then I could potentially get a really good flank attack, soften this side so that I could then do the second step, which to provide
Yeah.
Grant for Warren to make a big attack on Bethesda Church. That was the plan, but fail, 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 fail the assault, and I was like, ah. And then you got the counterattack to drive him out. I said, "Yeah, I'm out. I'm done." So that this is I love a stand up fight. It's just it's right there. But at the same time, I was so impressed at how much maneuvering this one. As always, we always come back to the maneuver. Once I started getting the six core around here, and I heard you say, "Huh, I did not expect you to do that," and I thought, "Oh, Roger, you should always expect that I'm going to try to
Yeah.
do
Well,
that."
I was getting, I just, whenever I approach these scenarios, I always get locked into the historical instead of what's possible, which is always bad, right? You need to keep, and I just had in my head you were going to do the historical march to race the whole Cold Harbor basically, and
Right.
so that was what I was defending until you moved the six car on there. I thought, oh, that's why I should have kept Hampton. I should have moved Hampton and Lee to cover these approaches along the Chickahominy and keep that from happening. And then it was, and I still, I mean, I think. Let's see, what is the final here now? You've got 7 losses to 2, right?
Yeah. So I didn't even do the calculation on that, but you had 8 to 7, so 18. I had you had +7 on 18 is 3 DR. So I had three more losses to up to 7. Yeah. So 14 to 6.
6
So
and
8 in the hole plus the 18 that I had. It's just it went from like, oh, I got 28 points to no, I don't have 28 points anymore. Yeah. And to your point about Baldy, yeah, I mean, it's curious that he has to do that, but he can't do it until the beginning of turn 2. So you're going to spend realistically the majority of turn 2 getting to 1920. And then maybe you get him to be helpful by turn 3 down here somewhere. So he's either going to be blocking approaches. I don't know that he's going to be significantly helpful because he's not going to be able to get down here to threaten Cold Harbor adequately. He can set up flanks, but I don't know. I'm curious because just knowing, I roll a 1 every time, so 2, 4,
oh
6,
yeah, yeah. I mean,
maybe get him there. Maybe, if you roll poorly, you get him there on turn 2 by recovery, but then now you've reduced it because you've taken him to fatigue level 4. You might get him down here, but I'm excited to see what that's going to play and what you're going to do with him. But I had a feeling. I'm like, Burnside, he's the odd duck, because I left a hole here and I was waiting for I didn't expect you to come back through here with Anderson. I thought you were gonna like take APL and go, oh, you left Polly Hunley. Let's go take that and give me something to think about. But if you didn't, I was gonna bring Burnside up to that point and not use him down south because I with that two tactical, he's just. I mean, come
Yeah,
on, he's covering
it's dangerous.
flanks.
Yeah,
That's what
that's
he's doing.
dangerous. Yeah, I noticed you remember to cover Ricketts with the right.
Oh yes.
I was, I was like, okay. I was,
Yeah, go pop Ricketts.
if Ricketts is hanging out around Hughes
That's
Crossroads,
right.
wherever he was going to be. I was going after him.
That's exactly what I did. I was like, oh, he's that one. Damn it. Okay.
But yeah, that was my next thought, was going after Polly Hunley. But I didn't like Gibbon being hanging out there with that big 18 whopping manpower right in the middle of my line. It was just too dangerous. And I got the role that I wanted for Anderson to get the prepared attack off.
Well,
and he's got all those artillery pieces. That's the great thing about
exactly right.
5 guns. He's the only guy that can really stand up to these Union forces and not have an artillery modifier.
And you used him so effectively, just getting him down there in the first place to potentially, if you needed to use him to blunder into Bethesda Church, but you ended up not needing him, and then you used him so effectively in turn 2. Kudos on that. But what I love about the system in all of these scenarios is, even though I had what I will call a piss poor day today, I still had a great time doing it, and I learned a bit because, like, oh, now that I've seen the moving pieces with the potential of obviously the dice roller for movement and force marching and all that, I have a better idea now of what's going to happen when you and I play. So I have learned something. Have I learned it well? That remains to be seen. But yeah, no, this is fun. It's painful, but it's a painful lesson.
Well, that's how I feel about this system too. It does, and I know it's very abstracted and out the historical friction of war, but it does. I obviously never commanded an army in battle, so I can't say for sure. But I certainly feel that when you roll 1 for movement and you just needed a 2 or better, some guy decides to not get going.
Yeah. Oh, we can march at 9 a.m. It's fine. No,
go. Or you try to coordinate an attack and you get 1 division goes in and the plan was to send 3. Then it's like you go from a +5 modifier to a +2 modifier. It's like, oh.
Yeah, on the whole, I think that we both got boned a little bit on you got it on the, rolling 5s on a 6th command leader. So every time you were planning for 2 divisions, as you said, you get 1, but you still managed to make something out of it. Whereas I just felt like, oh, is there a chance that I could fail this? Oh, of course.
Well, if you're rolling 1s on defense, that's a killer.
Every time.
Because you're just not gonna.
I mean, and I was actually getting envious there. I'd see you rolling 3s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. I'm like, oh, that's what the middle of the die roller looks like. Because I seem to roll the extremes. Oh, it's time for an assault 6. Okay, fantastic.
Oh yeah, you had that happen. Yeah, that was.
So yeah, it's painful to everyone equally, but it just feels much more personal to me. Yeah. Anyway, so we will swap sides next week. Roger, thank you for a great game. Everybody out there, please continue to watch and support us by commenting here on the comment section below, or just simply clicking that like button. If you like this, that's what the thumbs up is for. If you click the notification bell, you'll see when I drop these. Typically, it's every Monday or Tuesday as I get them edited. Shorter episodes get edited much faster, especially if we have a lot of thinking time, because I can chop that out very quickly. And I'm showing you some of our current monetary supporters, and we got a couple new ones just in the last week since Roger and I played last. So thank you very much to those of you who've been so generous. And it's going to hardware and stuff. Roger had some hardware issues on this one, so it's coming. It only lasts for so long because entropy happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yup. Well, anyway, we hope to see you all here next week. Roger, I will see you, of course.
Well, have a good week, and I'll talk to you next Sunday.
Sounds good. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.